Elluminate is an extremely powerful tool that you can use with your students. It gives you the ability to have live synchronous sessions with your students, and it allows you to also share resources from your computer as well as from the web with the students. So I'm going to give you a demo of Elluminate right now. This is the Elluminate screen. In a separate video, I'll show you how to set up Elluminate sessions, but this video is focused on how to actually use Elluminate. So there are several tools here in Elluminate that I'll show you how to use. First of all, if you look here in the upper left-hand corner, this is the participant list. This shows you who's in the room and who is attending your webinar. So you see a list of people right here. Right here, this is a hand raise symbol. If you click this button, it raises your hand, and if you click it again, it puts it down. Then you have the emoticon buttons right here. This one is laughing, this one is confused, this one is clapping, and this one is disapprove. Over here you have green check for yes, red X for no, and those can be changed, and I'll show you how to do that also. And then this button right here, this means step away from session. So if I click this, it puts my name into italics, which means that I've stepped away from my computer. And when I click it again, it brings me back into the session. The icons right here, you'll see a microphone. If I click that, I mute the person in the session. This button turns off a person's camera. This button takes away chat privileges from a person. This one takes away their ability to screen share. And this button takes away their ability to write on the whiteboard. And you can see when I click that button, it takes away my whiteboard tools right here. Down here, this is the chat window. Very simple. You just type into here and you can see it. You can also send chats to specific people in the room. So if I had other people in this room, I would see their names listed here, and I'd be able to send a private message to them, which goes only to them. Now, as the instructor, this is what's called a moderated session, so you will see all the private messages that students send to each other, so you can completely monitor the room. Down here, this is your talk button. If you click it once, it turns on your talking, and you can see how this is highlighted in yellow now, and you can also see this green bar going from left to right here. That means that I'm talking to the room right now. If I click it again, that turns my talking off. I can adjust my microphone volume by sliding this to the left and the right. If I slide it to the right, that makes my microphone a little louder. If I slide it to the left, it makes my microphone a little softer. This is my volume for the room. I can slide that left to right to increase or decrease the volume of my room. Down here on the bottom, on the very bottom, you'll see this button right here is my recording button. If I decide I want to record this session, all I do is click this button, and you'll get this recorder start. It says start or resume recording. Click OK. And now I am recording this session. If I want to stop or pause the recording, I can just click the pause button. It says stop or pause. I click OK. And the nice part about this is that it doesn't create separate recordings when you start and stop. It'll actually treat every start and stop as one recording until you leave the room. So you can actually record part of it, pause, start recording again, pause, start recording at a different time, and it'll all show up as one video for your students, which is very, very nice. Okay, so the whiteboard tools. Over here on the side, you'll see the whiteboard tools right here. By default, you have this button, which is just your arrow. This is a pen button that you can write on the screen with. Here is a highlighter button. Over here is a text button. Over here is a text box button. I have my drawing buttons. Line button. My pointer button, I like to call it. It puts one pointer on the screen. This button is for placing an image on the screen. Now you have to have access to an image. So if you have a picture, say on your desktop or something that you want to show in the class, let me see if I can find one here for you. There you go. And then I can move this picture around. And you can even delete things on the screen. You can see right here, and you can resize. So if something doesn't fit on the screen, I can resize it so it does. If I want to delete it, I can just click on it and then click the delete button. I can do that with anything on the screen. This is a clip art button. Opens up a clip art gallery that I can place on the screen. Just like that. And then this button allows me to screen capture the screen. I can do my entire desktop, just a piece of it. So I'll show you what it looks like if I do the entire desktop. There you can see it's encoding, and there's my whole desktop right there. Now this button right here is probably one of the more important buttons that you'll use. This is the Load a Presentation button. What this allows you to do is bring a PowerPoint presentation into Elluminate. So if I click this button, it's going to ask me where I want to place the slides, and I can do it after the current slide. I'll click OK. And now I just have to tell it where my PowerPoint presentation is. So let me find a PowerPoint presentation here. You can also bring in pictures if you like. So I'll just bring in a few pictures. And then I can tell it to bring it in selected order, in alphabetical order, in alphabetical numeric order. So I'll just tell it to bring it in alphanumeric order. Click Open. It's bringing in the images. And now if I pull this screen down right here, I can cycle through my images on the screen. There you go. And then as I add more things, they'll all appear right here on this screen, right underneath screen 4. You can also cycle through the slides by clicking this back arrow, or cycle to the first or last slide by clicking the other arrows. Now you also have these boxes right here, one that reads Follow Moderator and one that reads Roam. If I click Follow Moderator, then basically it tells you right here, all participants move to the same screen as the moderator. Now if I click Roam, what that allows students to do is go off on their own. They can click through the slides as they want. It doesn't affect anyone else except for theirs, but since I still have Follow Moderator clicked, if I change the slide, it changes theirs too, but they still have the ability to walk away from that slide. If I have it set like this, where I have Follow Moderator unchecked and Roam checked, the students can go anywhere they want and I can't get them back to where I want. So I recommend always keeping Follow Moderator checked, and for your sanity, keeping Roam unchecked. Now the buttons along the top, you'll see up here, this button is a save button. So what you can do with this is you can actually prepare presentations in advance and save them. So I can save the chat, I can save the participant list, I can save the whiteboard. This allows me to print. This button shows poll results, and I can show you here in a minute how to do polls. So what I can do for a poll is, say I put a question, let me pull up a blank slide here. And I'll put a text box in. Give them some choices. A, Pittsburgh. B, Erie. C, Harrisburg. D, Philadelphia. So I can put a poll question right here, and then up here what I can do is I can change, it's actually up here in my Tools menu. If I go up to Tools and then Polling, I can change this through A to D, and you can see that that check mark and X changes to A, B, C, D, and I can have them choose their answer, and you can see it locks it in there. And then this button right here allows me to publish the results to the whiteboard, so that I can show what people chose right there. Now these results are not live. This is just as of when you press the button. So if you want to make sure that people don't change their answers, click that lock button, and you can see right down here it turns off the student's ability to select an answer. And then I can actually get rid of this and republish it if I want to. Okay. Now I can click this button, and it allows me to take my whiteboard into full screen mode. Now you won't see it on my end, but the people on the other end, this is now their whole screen, the whiteboard, and then I can uncheck this to take it back to normal view. This button here allows me to share an application or a region of my desktop. So for instance, if I wanted to share out my Firefox window, I can click OK, and then it goes into kind of half screen mode like this. What you don't see is that my Elluminate window, all the management tools have moved over to the left, and what I'm left with is my Firefox window right here that's now being shared out to the students. And then when I'm done with this, I can just click the End Sharing button, and then it takes me back into Elluminate.